eyes. He wanted to see what his girlfriend Becky had felt in her final moments. He thought that by doing this, he could lessen his guilt. Seeing nothing, he thought everything was fine, but everything had changed. If the story was true, pressing the first floor button should have taken the elevator up to the 10th floor instead of down. The elevator jolted and actually started going up. At that exact moment, the camera signal cut off. Inside, all three panicked. They thought the 10th floor would arrive, but it didn't. With a sharp jerk, the elevator stopped. The doors opened, and a man wearing a suit walked in from outside. He looked at them in surprise, because all three were in terrible shape. In that moment, they felt like their lives had been saved. They safely returned to the first floor, but due to the bad signal, the camera couldn't record properly. There was just static noise in the video. They were upset watching the ruined footage. Suddenly, Chloe heard a faint voice from above the elevator. It sounded like something was crawling. When she looked at the others, no one else had noticed it. The rules were broken, and now the curse wasn't just going to fall on Chris. Rayan, who had been quiet until now, lost his patience. He yelled at Chris because he was the one who had provoked his sister to play this game, knowing it was dangerous. He handed her the paper with the rules and let her go into that elevator alone. Seeing Rayan's anger, Chris flatly denied it, without a single wrinkle of guilt on his face. On the contrary, he felt he was being falsely accused. He believed that the scary story was just a joke and thought Becky had left home of her own free will. Hearing their argument, the building guard arrived and, without listening, kicked them all out. They left with many unanswered questions, not knowing that the real game had begun the moment they were kicked out. This time, the rules were not in their hands. As night fell, strange things started happening to Chris. Suddenly, the lights went out, and in the dark, he saw a terrifying shadow. His whole body froze, and some invisible force lifted him into the air. Perhaps the regret of Becky's disappearance was eating him up inside. He had been trying to hide his fear using jokes as a crutch, but ultimately, on the 5th floor, he saw that shadow and became the first victim of that ghostly spirit. Meanwhile, Rayan had lost his only family. For him, life was split into two parts, a before and an after. The earlier world had colors, but after their parents passed away, the siblings had become each other's support to fill that emptiness. Now his world had become as lifeless as ashes. The police statement that she ran away on her own was nothing short of a trauma for Rayan. Neither was his worry validated, nor could he understand what to do next. His only stubborn goal was to find her. If he stopped, he would lose his lost relationship forever. So, Rayan decided to play the elevator game. His heart told him that Becky was still there, trapped in that other world, waiting for him. He had no other choice. After thinking for a while, he pressed the button that was likely going to lead him to his death. According to the rules, he pressed the elevator buttons one by one. Everything was completely quiet, just like daytime, but Rayan's fear wasn't decreasing. As the elevator went up, his heartbeat kept rising. Finally, the elevator reached its last stage, the 5th floor. The doors slowly opened. Rayan tightly closed his eyes. In the dark, he heard the sound of very light footsteps slowly moving towards the elevator. After a while, the doors closed. Rayan immediately pressed the button for the 1st floor. This time, the elevator didn't stop any